Now you can try. You say, crawl, 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 Let me do it again. Now, but for don't be trying to wear she now you can try. We say,
Hello, good morning. Thank you so much for joining us on, here on WTV. God bless you so much for joining us on the Friday edition. And I'm so happy because today is Friday and then we all get to, relax and then enjoy our weekend. But we are here and so we are excited to bring you all the happenings all around the world. But we'll start off from the gospel because we cannot start our day without having a word from our head, that is Christ. And so we'll take our scripture reading today from Philippians chapter 4 verses 8. Philippi bia wolole icho neji edwe keje kuku neji pa nyoni ikanyo ake na agbele anyamime ni aboni ji anokwa keke agbene ni sawo ni ja ni heche ni yo fel ni yo gbe papa le fe kaji jemba papa koye kaji yijiemo ko hu ye eneme ahe nyedwen. And then the English also reads like this: finally, brothers, whatever is true, whatever is noble, whatever is right, whatever is pure, whatever is lovely, whatever is admirable, if anything is excellent or praiseworthy, think about such things. And so this is Paul's letter to the church in Philippi, and he was admonishing them that if we have to do something, we have to do all that is noble, and all that is noble, it is what is right, it is what is pure, it is what is lovely, it is what is admirable, because others have to see it and be happy about it. Others have to see it and enjoy it. And these are what the words of Paul is telling us this morning. And so whatever you are doing today, whatever that you set out to do, whatever is in your mind to do today, please make sure that it is admirable, it is pure, it is lovely, and it is desirable, that others will look onto it and say that, yes, indeed, this is a good thing. And so today, this is my word, or this is the word we have for you today. And so keep it in your minds, make sure that you meditate on it and go through the day with it as well. But we'll take you through the highlights of today's program, and there we'll go to SITAG, where they have still been going on with their strike. It's been 2 weeks now, but they have refused to go back to their duty after several appeals. But why is the NLC, that's the National Labour Commission, saying that they won't meet them? We'll bring you all the details, and then we'll find out why the NLC is taking this decision. And then there is a lot of rice stuck at 𝗟𝗏𝗃 in the Greater Accra region. But why are farmers lamenting? We'll take you to the area as well. Now, gospel musician 𝗟𝗏𝗡 has been sharing her painful childbirth experience, and we will hear from her as well. As you all know, we cannot start our day without a question of the day. And so our question of the day today, it says that how can we overcome grief in marriages? Today is Friday. Remember that Friday is the time when we talk about all the lifestyles or the relationship issues that we would handpick. And that is where 𝗟𝗏𝗘 also comes in. And so this question for today sits in 𝗟𝗏𝗘. And we'll have our mother seated with us today. It's a different person, and you are going to enjoy her. I bet you the conversation today is not something you should miss at all. And so remember that we are live on Facebook, WTV Ghana, and on YouTube, Westland Television Ghana. And so wherever you are going to this morning, please do well to carry us along. You have your tablets, you have your phones, wherever you are, just slot in your earpiece in your ears. But if you're driving, please don't use an earpiece or don't use your AirPods. Just do well to just turn it on and be listening whilst you go ahead with your daily activities. Now, in between the time, we'll bring you 𝗟𝗏𝗘, the first part, and then the second part, where our news analyst will sit in with us. He's in the person of Mr. Nicholas Taylor. He's sitting with us, and then we'll bring you all the details, all the answers to all the questions that would put across to him. And then again, when it's time for you to also step in with your calls, you do so through the TMA segment. Please, when you call, lower the volume of your television set. And then when we are done, we'll take a break, or we'll take a breather, and then we'll return with insurance minutes and apomoding. And then we'll later go on to the field of play. We'll do some sports, that is agro, and then we'll sit down again, bring you 𝗟𝗏𝗘 before we say bye-bye with the WhatsApp on social media. In between the time, we want to say thank you to all our sponsors, and Danwell Insurance Company is one of our sponsors for all your insurance needs. Don't forget to locate them nationwide. If you're in Accra, remember you can find them in Osu behind the Presbyterian Church. Please buy an insurance policy from them. Pay your premiums on time so that when it's time for you to also make your claims, you can do so with your chest out. Sankofa Natural Spices for the small spice mix that you need for your marinades, your stews, your soup, your noodles, your spaghetti, any other dish that you want to prepare today. There is a spice blend from Sankofa Natural Spices for you. And so do well to get one in any of the shops near you. KFK Foods, if you're looking forward to having a nice breakfast, that is the English breakfast, the continental ones, the local ones, whatever that you want to have this morning. Even if you want to have rice, you can get it from KFK Foods. Locate them inside the 𝗟𝗏𝗘 Towers. That's the ground floor of the 𝗟𝗏𝗘 Towers on the Ambassadorial Enclave, and then you can find them there. If you're in Tema Community 25 Annex, there is also a branch there for you, or you can use any of the social media platforms to place your order, and it will be delivered right to your doorstep. MIPL, Methodist Investment and Properties Limited. If you want to sew your African wears, you want to buy stores, you want to buy cassock, you want to order matriculation gowns, graduation gowns, and all that, MIPL is there to sort you out. If you want to locate them, they are in Adabraka, inside the Grant House, just at the Holy Spirit's Cathedral. And if you're looking forward to buying the natural ginger powder, it comes in its natural form, or any of the ginger juices, the pineapple, the millets, the banana, the mango, and many others. You can also get it from MIPL. If you're buying it in bulk, there is a discount for you. There's a percentage off. And so just buy it in bulk so that you can get to enjoy that discount. Methodist University, the school of your choice. And so if you want to go into nursing, you want to do education, you want to do communications, human resource management, and all that, Methodist University is there to accommodate you. And so pick up a form. You can find the campuses inside Tema, Dansoman, and 𝗦𝗍𝗿. If you're a Methodist, remember, it is free for you. If you're a non-Methodist, there is also some special packages for you. Admission for the next semester is ongoing, and so grab a form for yourself. Multi-credit savings and loans is also here with us. And so if you want a loan for the business idea you have in your mind, but you are finding it very difficult to fund it, multi-credit is there to sort you out, if only you qualify for that loan. And so look for the red and then the blue sign, walk into the office, speak to an agent, and if you qualify, you'll be given a loan. But remember to pay your loans on time so that the next person can also have the privilege of having that loan as well. Then our supporters are Wesleyan Dew as well. And so if you want water in bulk, if you want to be a wholesaler or retailer, Wesleyan Dew is there to be that person for you, or that entity for you. And so locate them inside the St. Paul's Cathedral Methodist Church inside Tema Community 1. Get there, or you can call any of the telephone numbers. When we sit down later, I'll give you all the telephone numbers you can call for that. Barbarella Clothing, for all your ready-to-wear outfit like I'm wearing today, like I'm rocking today, you can get it from Barbarella Clothing. Or you can use any of the social media platforms to order a dress. If you give her your size, your dress will be delivered to you. You can locate her on the 𝗟𝗏𝗘 Christian Village Road, opposite the Paradise Children's School. Thank you so much, but we will take a quick turn. We'll return, we'll sit down, bring you all the stories on the internet, and of course the newspaper headlines. Do stay, we'll be back.
Hooray! Sesedi Methodist University College Ghana. Yenya Presidential Charter. Inti Efreye Methodist University Ghana. Inti yene upe baby pa abo wabudini enya ngume suyamu nimdie padia. Admission no koso. Postgraduate, undergraduate, diploma, and certificate programs be to say nursing, educational assessment and evaluation, guidance and counseling, psychology, economics, HRM and management studies, marketing and supply chain management, communications, IT, accounting, social work, port and shipping management, and a PhD in education. Dia order for any chair Methodist University Ghana. Nanika same womune say what's the candidate today or 30% discount and 30% discount. Any Methodist asori menina Shushayan campuses nibi ewa dansuman Tema 𝗦𝗍𝗿𝗃 national song say your day any evening empo weekend sessions kramponso ewa ho mature entrance exams so ekoso enti trumika sisiye na admission ekoso enchemu biano for 0558309059 and acquire website www.mug.edu.gh. MUG, the rich brand. 𝗦𝗍𝗿𝗃. We have the zeal to educate.
KFK Foods is an award-winning world-class restaurant with over 10 years experience in both local and continental dishes. We render services for parties, cafeteria services for schools and hospitals, individuals, corporates and institutions, as well as groups who want to treat their partners to delicious meals and services. We have all local and international dishes, including banku with tilapia, fufu with light soup, fried rice with grilled or fried chicken, assorted fried rice, fish with chips, noodles and spaghetti, pizzas, pastries, shawarma, beef and chicken sauces. All kinds of breakfast baskets in Accra. Locate us at the Ambassadorial Enclave on the first floor of the Wesley Towers at 6 a.m. to 7 p.m. from Monday to Saturday. In Tema, located at Community 25 Annex, where the event center is located at 7 a.m. to 10 p.m. from Monday to Sunday. For all orders, call us on 0244 637647 or WhatsApp us on 050 33171153. KFK Foods, you deserve it. Do you need quality and professional ministerial attire? Be it cassock, clerical shirts, stoles, preaching gowns, preaching bands, wedding gowns, and sanctuary vestments, then your best destination is the Methodist Investments and Properties Limited, MIPL. Individuals and churches can also contact MIPL for their African wear, both male and female, curtains, church or institutional anniversary clothing, Friday wears, mufflers, diaries, liturgy books, souvenirs, badges, Lacoste and t-shirts, among others. MIPL produces natural fruit juice such as ginger, pineapple, mango, millet, banana, as well as specially prepared ginger powder to boost your daily vitality. MIPL Property Management is also available to both individuals and corporate institutions in managing your property and providing investment solutions. Locate MIPL office at the Grant House inside Adabraka, Accra for your businesses at affordable prices, or call us on 0242 122 787. If you are looking for an office space which is spacious with a car park, 24-hour security, standby generator, then look no further. The Grant House building is up for rent and is located adjacent the Holy Spirit Cathedral, Accra. Call us on 0242 122 787.
Nana ye, Ediana mihui, enemrim, and now water kakadro pepperin sia, na wakwakochi.
So mommy, said you me pemedi and in your natural no. Me this spice so.
Emuna kakadro garlic rinsia, na spices, a kakadro, garlico, a dear, and a yaki boom. Na dear, Sankofa natural spices.
Oh wow, the same I can see you now. And you may have your heat in skates. Hey, Munya Garrick, no, any day Muchu, a free necro, Sankofa natural spices, and one you use 100% natural. Said the pen.
Out of 4, Mamunya huge mistake. Sankofa natural spices. Didi
FDIG ejedi nkratu yatu.
Hello, welcome back. It's time for 𝗟𝗏𝗘. All right, and so thank you so much for joining us. My name is 𝗟𝗏𝗘, and I'll be bringing you all the stories from the internet. Later, we'll bring you the newspaper headlines. But let's move straight to our very first story, and it has to do with SITAG's strike. And it says that the National Labour Commission has declined to hear concerns raised by the leadership of the Colleges of Education Teachers Association of Ghana, SITAG, for failing to call off their strike. According to National Labour Commission, it will never allow SITAG members sit in its meeting if their strike continues. Meanwhile, the National Labour Commission is in court to secure a court injunction against the SITAG strike. The Director of Human Resources of the Commission, Dr. 𝗛𝗏𝗏 Welbeck, was emphatic that it will not listen to the leadership of SITAG until the strike has been called off. So today they appeared and the Commission declined to meet them because they have failed to comply with the Commission's directive to call off their strike, she said. The Chief Executive Officer of the Fair Wages and Salaries Commission, Ben Arthur, also urged the leadership of SITAG to call off the strike. Meanwhile, President of Principals of Colleges of Education, PRINCOF, Professor Atintonu, was sad about the ongoing strike by SITAG. The labor consultant, Austin Game, called for mutual cooperation between government and SITAG to resolve the issues. Meanwhile, SITAG has declined to speak to the media after this directive. The Colleges of Education Teachers Association omo strike be 2 weeks ni na ye ka say National Labour Commission akache omo say anke be ya omo nko chira de ne san say the situation is still under control and na afin so omo be meeting kakra ahwe the way forward but sit for say omo nti sisi aye ka say de National Labour Commission say omo gusu e was strike ne so dia ene na chese meeting bi eni ho a e be cost between the two entities enti asema a free sitag eba eni. We move to the Electoral Commission, where the chairperson, 𝗟𝗜𝗙𝗘, has lauded the opposition National Democratic Congress return to the Inter-Party Advisory Committee, that's the IPAC, describing it as beneficial. NDC's boycott of IPAC meetings began in 2021 when it was called to review the 2020 parliamentary and presidential elections. Speaking to journalists in Accra, the EC's chairperson said the NDC has made significant suggestions since its return to IPAC. It is a great benefit to all of us that the NDC has returned to IPAC and the discussions have been going on very well. They have been very constructive. There has been valuable feedback that has come from the NDC as well as some of the other parties. The leadership of the NDC explained that they rejected the invitation to be part of IPAC due to some perceived biases by the EC. NDC eventually announced its return to IPAC in December 2023. That is 2 years after. Ntiniaye kanina say ye mami 𝗟𝗜𝗙𝗘 oh ye EC chairperson say any the pass NDC assign it here beka IPAC group ne ho esan say omo bae no they've made significant impact omo akasa ye pa omo de nyama bebre so atu ne name nti we na o ka say NDC for ayade pa na 2021 and omo ka say omo ka IPAC ho bio na edu 2023 there na NDC aba abeka omo ho ewo ho. Now we'll go to 𝗟𝗏𝗏 that is in the 𝗟𝗏𝗏𝗘 district of the Greater Accra region, and more than 1,000 bags of locally produced rice have been abandoned in farms and warehouses in 𝗟𝗏𝗏𝗏, a prominent rice production hub in Accra. Now, reports states that the lack of a ready market and poor road conditions leading to the farms have left rice harvested over years ago rotten at the milling centers in 𝗟𝗏𝗏𝗏. Large farms and milling factories produce what farmers believe to be the tastiest rice grains in the country. However, despite their significant investments to meet planting season demands, farmers are facing a severe lack of buyers. 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 Asante, a 41-year-old professional teacher who has been farming for 10 years, is among those struggling. There are no buyers coming forward, he laments, blaming the situation on poor road conditions and competition from cheap imports. Paul is not alone. Other farmers are also waiting for buyers a year after harvesting. According to another farmer, Enoch, the lack of adequate power supply in the rice milling factories has made it impossible to mount more modern rice milling machines to improve production capacity. He added that the power supply to the farms and milling factories is below the required voltage their machines need on a daily basis. For these rice farmers, the increased demand for local rice had initially seemed promising, prompting many to double production in the last crop season. However, the journey to the community is fraught with challenges for both residents and visitors, deterring potential buyers. In 2023, Ghana imported approximately 440,000 metric tons of rice, a significant reduction from the previous year. This represents a drop in the 650,000 metric tons in 2022 and 805,000 metric tons in 2021, reflecting a 45.34% decrease over the last 2 years period. The reduction of rice imports has been attributed to the recent increase in import taxes and the reversal of certain import policies. And nonu penwo yo kekejake kaji ote 𝗟𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 ne eyo gamane mi noni penu ba na jake many oje metitri fe dun omo ni omo na medun pie amekete he ni abakpo omo he kakagbene alo awokotoku ya mi akababa gani abahon she na eji noni okwayeli lo ni o ma mi wi akehye kaji amedun omo ameta amena agbeno ne ambacho ni amekababa gani amebahon energy noni Patrick agbene Enoch inwiake egba menawa ejake chuchukwu amena ameli yake shimensumo akambaye local rice ewo ameke amehe wale wo ne kenu chumo na emi shibia nani amewi one omo afi akweto akpe ife dwele ame warehouse aloheni akomoto ne na ejina namba wi akeshi ewa me kra jake omo ne be ba hye ni fe ba fiti ewa me kpafa ibo na fe ni gbe ni achon no keje eneke farm sa no ke ba manja no ame bomodin ake abasa aha me koni amenye ameni biye ame ho. Now we'll go to the World Bank, where a new report has revealed that Ghana was the second top recipient of remittances in sub-Saharan Africa in the year 2023. In 2022, Ghana recorded a $4.7 billion in remittances, occupying the second position in that year. This was captured in the 2023 Migration and Development Report released by the bank on June 26, 2024. According to the reports, the largest recipients of remittances in the period under review in US dollar terms were Nigeria, followed by Ghana, Kenya, and Zimbabwe. Nigeria received $19.5 billion, Ghana received $4.6 billion, Kenya received $4.2 billion, and Zimbabwe $2.1 billion. The report pointed out that the remittances have become the most important foreign exchange earner in most countries in sub-Saharan Africa. For example, for Kenya, remittances are larger than the country's key exports, including tourism, tea, coffee, and horticulture. Countries more dependent on receipts as the proportion of GDP include Gambia, Lesotho, Comoros, Liberia, Cape Verde, with remittances contributing more than 1/5 of GDP in the first 3 countries, it's said. Wo noni pen wo yu manager ake World Bank eke reports ko eba function ake keji oba sub-Saharan Africa niji African majini wo check be na fe keji oba Ghana wo kan niji no niji enyono niji line niji enyono ni chwa keshe keji oba ni me maje amewiku meshika kemba ame maje ano Ghana wo kano niji enyo ni energy no wo yu ayu akeshe ewa majini wo yu ne esane na fe ye ame foreign exchange gbefangbe shimu bepi e awa eja keshi keji oba he kometumo coffee production, tea production, kagbene agric nichumo mie ewa me hani ne ke nichumo na fe ebashi ke ha wo ye Ghana manemi ewo ene disane few ni World Bank keba fon wo here. We'll move to the Chieftaincy and Religious Affairs Ministry, and then the Minister Stephen 𝗟𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 has disclosed that the ministry is working on some amendments to the Chieftaincy Act, where some authority will be given to traditional leaders to adjudicate petty issues and disputes within their catchment areas. Section 63D of the Act has been disputed at the Supreme Court, preventing traditional authorities from adjudicating on matters within their catchment area, thus limiting their scope. Speaking on the sidelines of the Royal Conference organized by the Church of Pentecost at 𝗟𝗏𝗏𝗏 in the Central Region, Stephen 𝗟𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 urged all to be committed to the chieftaincy as an institution. The government appreciates your impact on the sound character formation of several thousands of generations of men and women in our country. Nananom, you administer a lot of work for government, and in my interaction, we are amending the chieftaincy law. In its place, we want to include some very clear authority to be given to the Nananom to be able to resolve petty disputes in your communities. Nti nyayeka enenina ne say ohwe Chieftaincy Acts a yewo Ghana ha no nyayeka nyina ne say ebeya anka amendments kakra eno anayeka say there are certain acts in the constitution ebeya anka yensesa anase yemfa bibinkan we ena minister ne ka say omuba besisa enim kakra se na ebeya de tumi kakra behye omo a omo hwe yasase so na de se na ebeya nsem bebre wo ho no ma yemfa mba Supreme Court anase yemfa mba court kese mu emba mbedi sansem ne betumi edi no ewo sa level na eno ebeboa ama Ghana akoso iye papa. All right, so we'll move to the informal sector, where it has maintained its dominance in Ghana's labor market, employing a significant 75% of the country's workforce. However, this sector often provides unstable and low-income jobs, making it a major contributor to widespread underemployment. The 2023 Ghana Human Development Report released by the United Nations Development Programme, UNDP, in collaboration with the Ghana Statistical Service and the NDPC, proposed a raft of intervention to stem the tide. According to the report, youth unemployment remains alarmingly high, with 65% of young people aged between 15 and 24 experiencing joblessness, underscoring a pressing challenge of the nation's future development. Addressing these issues is crucial for Ghana's long-term development goals, demanding the urgent need for strategic investments in human capital, technology and digital infrastructure to foster sustainable job creation and inclusive economic growth. The report themed the future value of work in Ghana, pathways to sustainable jobs, advocates for a holistic approach to bridge the gap between current employment opportunities and the evolving job market. The report further called for reforms in education to include STEM or STEAM education, entrepreneurial training, equipping the youth with skills essential for future employment. Asemaye kanina is uber informal sector now. Me accommodate a lot of the youth. Esan say uba honoma nkofo bebre a omo akọ school omo tumi nya ejuma a enye white collar jobs we na omo ka se nke be ya anka schools ni mo no ebe ma insano ejuma etumi akoso wo se ne be ya uwie school na onye ejuma ye kra obetumi nya bibi kakra ede mo nsan na wo so wetumi enya sika kakra ede ama wo ho. We'll move to the Ashanti region. And on a rather sad note, a 27-year-old tricycle operator, 𝗟𝗏𝗘𝗍𝗏𝗘, has been sentenced to 12 years in prison with hard labor by the Ashanti Circuit Court at 𝗟𝗏𝗘𝗍𝗏𝗘 for sexually assaulting a 10-year-old girl. The defilement incident occurred in May 2024 at Safo near Asonomanso in the Ashanti region, while the victim's father, Kandi Inusa, was away in the Western North region. The victim's parents travel regularly, leaving their daughter in the care of the convict, a tenant who lived rent-free in their home for 3 months. 𝗟𝗏𝗘𝗍𝗏𝗘, driven by lust, sent his wife on an errand and then sexually assaulted the girl in an unfinished room, threatening her to keep silent about the incident. The victim's mother discovered her daughter was bleeding in the vagina and, upon questioning, was informed of the sexual assault by 𝗟𝗏𝗘𝗍𝗏𝗘. The mother reported the incident to the Mamponting police, and the medical report confirmed defilement. 𝗟𝗏𝗘𝗍𝗏𝗘 was taken into custody, where he confessed to the crime in both his caution and charge statements with an independent witness present. He was subsequently brought before the court to face charges. The accused admitted to the crime in an open court, where 𝗟𝗏𝗘𝗍𝗏𝗘 admitted to the charge of defilement and pleaded guilty to sexual relations with the minor. No one forced me or promised me to plead guilty for a lenient sentence, he told the presiding judge, Festus Fovi Nukunu. The judge then asked if he was of sound mind when he committed the crime and if he had any mental health issues, to which 𝗟𝗏𝗘𝗍𝗏𝗘 responded, "No, I am sound. It was the devil that made me do so." The court considered the sentencing guidelines for defilement, which ranges from 7 to 25 years. Taking into account that the accused is a first-time offender and did not waste the court's time, the judge mitigated the sentence. However, given the young age of the victim and the premeditated nature of the crime, the judge handed down a 12-year prison sentence with hard labor, aiming to serve as a deterrent to others. In the Kumasi, Ashanti region, Honoma, already when you're 27 years, he has defiled a 10-year-old girl. When I can say, and then they call police station, he admitted to the crime. Not just say, Ojitu say, why you bonny, and a judge so say, Oshe ye murmur, not just say 7 to 25 years, and a year sentence I bet to me a diamobia. Now, as I say, 27-year-old boy, Ojitu say, why ye sa bonny into Omani 12 years with hard labor. Now we'll go to some entertainment stories, and gospel musician 𝗦𝗍𝗲 has shared the deeply personal and challenging experience she endured during childbirth. In an interview, she said it was a life-threatening situation after being in labor for 3 days. 𝗦𝗍𝗲 went into labor on Tuesday, and by Friday, her child had still not arrived, despite medical interventions. She recounted how the complicated labor posed significant risk to her and her baby, and the medical team decided to perform an emergency cesarean section. The surgery, though successful, was followed by a further complication. Just a week later, her surgical stitches were removed, causing her wound to open. Due to this complication, 𝗦𝗍𝗲 said she was rushed to the theater for another surgery to save her life. Until 𝗍 𝗦𝗍𝗲 yaye nyanyum bebree ewo Ghana memu ha na enno ka say bedroom maybe na okowo ne ba na eba ne say onya complications kakra into okọ through cesarean section. Oye ne nso se na ye pam ne hunam faaye no esan ebie ye esan mani call surgery subium we no ka say na offer niamemu pa na we osan ka si so say this tested her faith in God. When I see her there, ye ka say the 𝗦𝗍𝗲 ne ho ato no nti hu so oto nyuma esan say nyankopon aye na dom na ene wasan abeka ye ho ewo wiasemu a yeti. We'll move straight to the newspaper headlines, and I've been joined by 𝗟𝗏𝗡. Good morning.
Good morning, Miss Na.
How are you?
I'm doing good.
All right. Thank God.
Yes,
Let's move on.
Today is the last Friday in the month of June 2024, and we are about to look at stories making headlines in Ghanaian newspapers. Often you do so from the papers. Eti yebeshe the rubo and quarter na the Daily Graphic and yede ebeshe as a Daily Graphic katafan Adzika national airline plan hits snag, development impossible without moral values. Apostle Nyameche and I all can't say operationalize Ashanti Regional Hospital. Ashanti Hene and I also can say page 13. Debt forgiveness will help restructuring efforts. Mahama to South Korean ambassador. GCB post impressive financial results, puts recapitalization plans on hold in Tiano. Page 20 of the Daily Graphic. They say truth and accuracy every day. 𝗟𝗏𝗘 ediso Daily Guide newspaper. Daily Guide newspaper katafan Adzika concerning the 2.37 million ambulance case. 2.37 million ambulance case. Jakpa admits receiving 700,000 euro. US group supports science and maths education. Communication Ministry trains over 39,000 in digital skills, and government doubles leap cash. And no, page 3 of the Daily Guide newspaper. Iti bomodian se on sabe kan Daily Guide 𝗟𝗏𝗘 no na wakinken bi amayen afei 𝗟𝗏𝗘 ediso the New Finder newspaper. 65% of 15 to 24-year-olds are jobless, while unstable and low-income jobs dominate. Jakpa's dismissal letter from Ghana Army admitted in court. Ministry calls for calm amid management dispute at Adamu's resources. Alarming rise in alcohol consumption among children spurs mental health crisis, and the Energy Minister calls for global investment in Ghana. And at the New Finder 𝗟𝗏𝗘 wanum edebreye. Twas the spear of the nation, the Chronicle newspaper, and yeduso on the Abana headline. Dame comes face to face with Jakpa. Ghana Publishing Company establishes branch in Kumasi. Small businesses are the lifeblood of our economy, says Alhaji Kobna Tahir Hammond. And the Chronicle, the spear of the nation. One Ede Ebreye Anope Daily Post, the newspaper, and Ediso. Mahama thanks South Korea for giving Ghana's debt. I was fit when Attorney General asked me to secure fake excuse duty jakpa and I can say atre court ensure free and fair elections our Professor 𝗟𝗡𝗍𝗏 tells Electoral Commission. Matthew 𝗟𝗡𝗏𝗏 not the right running mate for Bawumia NPP MP and the Apia Kubi and I all can say it will be a blessing for NPP if the party loses election 2024. Enti 𝗟𝗚 𝗚kwesi na on also edi say abeto abonting new weekend crusading guide to 𝗟𝗡𝗏𝗏 and edi so gratify edi kind of JACPA admits under cross-examination, ambulance contract had no parliamentary approval. NAPO woos global energy giants to come and invest in Ghana's energy sector. Traditional ruler accuses police officers of human rights abuse and no page 10. Now Ghana Publishing Company extends to Ashanti region, calls on 𝗟𝗡𝗏𝗏 and donate to Komfanoche Teaching Hospital project. Socialist movement Ghana condemns the use of brute force on Kenyan protesters. Smart cities concept shows government commitment to sustainability. Deputy Minister and I also can't say enti bomodi ansa on sabe kan de 𝗟𝗏𝗏𝗏 no now akenken di amayen the Daily Statesman and edi so katafa edi kan no MPs didn't improve ambulance deal jakpa and I all can say atre court. NSS warns against scammers. New GEA MSME classification launched after 30 years. Minister woos global investors for energy sector. And Ghana Publishing Company expands with new branch in Ashanti region. And so what they anape. The Ghanaian Observer yeduso gratify edi kaino NPP Vice President race. Bawumia submits NAPO's name. MP's OK Ghana Bauxite Company's mining lease. Boost for economy as Trade Ministry launches new GEA classification and definition for MSMEs. GPCL steps up expansion efforts set to open Ashanti regional branch. And Communication and Digitalization Ministry creates over 15,000 jobs. The Ghanaian Observer near one so what the Ebrahim Anna Payne. Daily Analyst 𝗟𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 and Ediswo concerning the Africa Energy Forum. Invest in Ghana, 𝗟𝗡𝗏𝗏𝗏 tells global energy leaders. NDC cries foul, accuses Amewu of stalling SALL case. Now concerning the remittance inflows in Africa for 2024, Ghana places second with $4.6 billion. World Bank report indicates this. Accelerated financial inclusion agenda, ADB-MD louts government. Now on page 3 and 4, Ghana's digitization drive creates 15,000 jobs. In page 3 and 4 of the Daily Analyst. The Ghanaian publisher newspaper and yeduso on their banner headline, ADB-MD louts government's financial inclusion agenda. Church of Jesus Christ renovates schools in Accra. Complete stalled hospital projects 𝗟𝗡𝗏𝗏𝗏 and all can't say atre ministers. MPs ratify Ghana Bauxite deal. And Attorney General tenders JACPA's dismissal letter in evidence. Page 2 of the Ghanaian publisher newspaper. The Republic Press 𝗟𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 and yeduso gratify edi kaino NAPO not my choice. NPP MP drops bombshell. Elizabeth Ohene breaks silence, says Smith did no wrong in hotel sale. NPP would have victimized Chermating if he was corrupt. Odike and I all can't say 2 police inspectors sentenced to 9 years in prison for joining secessionist group. NDC running mate Des NPP to provide evidence of free SHS cancellation claims. Ablakwa calls for violent demo over Senate hotels in team. I know it was page 7 of the Republic Press. And we are ending with the Daily Searchlight newspaper on their banner headline, Face Off, 𝗟𝗡𝗙 confronts Jakpa in battle of wits. Manufacturers Association calls for suspension of 5% excise duty tax immediately. Or, now concerning the GN Bank, ex-staff and traders join forces to demand license restoration. Mr. Logic in court over fraud. Okay, and CPA agrees with Supreme Court ruling on the ban on using celebrities on alcohol advert. Enti onsa eka the Daily Searchlight de bon kratana na wakenken bi ama yen ha ena emre ebema kwan ama yedi de bo enkratan isi.
All right, Rachel, thank you so much for that
Ms. Afarley.
Rendition of the headlines for today, the Friday edition. But thank you also so much for making time to join us today on 𝗟𝗓𝗏 Nation. We'll be back after this with the second part of the road. Do stay.
Praise God, praise God. Christ in tea, you respond, yeah, 𝗟𝗏𝗏𝗏. I'm excited to announce to you, friends in the Lord, are you seeking for a platform where you can pray? Ope baby abeso bompai. Na oni nyami edi inkita hon. Bibi chire oso. Ana amanye bi na bese nkum. And you come home. Let's go into the prayer room on WTV every Friday 9 p.m. to 11 p.m. to meet seasoned ministers of God that God has raised to impact your life. Remember, John Wesley said, I have too much to do, therefore I spend several hours in prayer in able to do it. That is why we are calling upon you. Meet myself, Reverend Hosea Osei, and the Evangelism Missionary Renewal Directorate as we lead you into the prayer room where we encounter Christ. And I believe your life will never be the same. Call your friends, your loved ones, every Friday 9 p.m. to 11 p.m. where we will encounter Christ. God bless you. See you on our screens on WTV every Friday 9 p.m. to 11 p.m. God bless you.
There is always a story on the train of national discourse, a host of thorny issues begging intelligent analysis and unbiased scrutiny. But how do we interrogate these matters? Through the regular lens of partisanship or through a spectrum that focuses on the national good? The answer is the latter, and that is why the state is here. Here on the state, we turn our backs on the political gimmicks, ignoring the endless propaganda and opening our doors to honest and critical assessments on all matters of national interest. Our focus is to generate compelling solutions to the litany of problems in education, politics, health, governance, the economy, and all other areas of national life. We also bring you closer to the narratives on the streets, bringing you up to speed with the voices of ordinary men and women who cannot be heard. It's a platform of truth, objectivity, and impactful Christian-centered engagement designed to better the lot of all and sundry. Join me, 𝗟𝗏𝗏𝗏, this on every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday on Wesleyan TV for this all-new current affairs program. For sponsorship, please call 059-311-0733 or 025-625-3461. The State, probing the issues, digging the solutions.
Wesleyan TV, reaching out to the world.
Yeah, the shot. Your mama Tanas. Your mama Papa.
We are many of what dear. And I see Quarcoo. On many, 10 times, many we are say. And don't see a friend. Say, on no boy, so. On no, oh boy, we are. And they say, Amosu, Amoria. Or some cashier who didn't care. I show and cow. On no Yanko. On no quansony. So, boy, a day, we are seeing a man. And son, I dare no cry a friend, same feature, see no cry a bano. No be why a friend said, we young couple.
Share in penning in Soyagini, a chassis, 6 July 2024, and a panel what trip pepe, Jemre, Nashayan, Mimnin Day, Nimimnin de Pia, and no pat no watching, or Wesleyan television so.
So welcome back. Thank you for joining us on the part 2 of it. And I'm seated here with Rachel. We are going to delve deeper into all the stories that we've read here, and then we'll find possible solutions. When it's time for you to also step in, please step in by making sure that you call and lowering the volume of your TV set so that we can have beautiful conversations. Rachel.
Good morning.
Good morning to you. How are you?
I'm good. I'm
okay. Well. All right. So I was reading most of the stories today, and a lot of it were quite touching. One had to do with the NLC's director stating that so long as the CITAG was on strike, they were not going to meet them and all that. So I was asking myself, isn't this person supposed to be our mother? The mother of all institutions across the country when it comes to, you know, strike actions, when it comes to labor agitations and all that. This is a mother body that is supposed to overlook all these things and then tell us what exactly to do. Are you coming out to tell us that, okay, so I'm not going to meet you guys because you guys are still striking? You know, it's most often than not like your mother telling you that, you
know what? I was just waiting for you to finish with your submission and link it to that example that
like your mother is in the house and you've done something wrong. Your mother says, "I'll give you food again."
I
said it doesn't sound well.
Punish or kakra because you
did something wrong.
Exactly, one way or the other, you disobeyed her, and so if you should ask me, I would say that as a National Labor Commission for person maybe that is why they made that submission, because if I remember very well, there was a time that here in this studio brother Nicholas Taylor can say if you are on strike, then you can't make negotiations with them unless you call off your strike and go back to the classroom. That is when they will be ready to hear whatever you have to say. So on that note, and Yema Papa Akwaba.
Good morning.
Good morning, Mommy. You look very, very, very nice.
Papa.
You look more Methodist.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, that's it, Papa. Now, chance now when she uncle for back me and be na share stories na.
That's it, as usual, my presiding bishop of the Methodist Church, our father, the late president, and the admin bishop of Widever Diocese, the bishop elect, the late chairman, and Menkro family no muye juma, and so Adzika. Michiano Pa Munache, and the members of the Christian Sentinel Board. Okay. I also want to greet them especially for the work they are doing. So thank you very much for the morning.
This year, they immediately pass a Sentinel and you Wesleyan television home.
Yes. We want to get a flight for you.
Yeah. At least in your space, crazy.
Yes.
Sure. Thank you so much. God bless you. You are a teacher, you are a trade unionist, and so these strike actions won't be brave. Yeah, Kasafa, and the fact that CITAG say on calling off the strike. And else is about say if you're not calling off the strike, we won't have any negotiations with you, won't have any meetings with you, and then they are also back in court asking for court injunction to bring the teachers back into the classroom. CITAG for as a mother body for all institutions who are striking and all that. Is it okay for them to have made such statements?
Okay, but in the first place, there are some technicalities when it comes to negotiations.
Okay.
And that is where both the NLC and CITAG should also look at. The CITAG as some of the say, they have already done some negotiations. And now, when I reach a certain level of agreement, I buying the side of the bargain.
Okay.
But government is not doing that kind of arrangement now. I agree already. No. Okay. And so when it happens like that, the National Labour Commission, being the arbiter, will have to now make sure say the other party is doing its part. Sanka CITAG and Nasa Menyeda.
Exactly.
And they have all avenues to say go and what. CITAG is insisting not going because they know say it is not their fault this time.
Into what can CITAG has Menyeda?
Oh, as of no. Government has Menyeda.
Okay.
Yeah. There said Labour Commission or two options. Obe to me the work of court. Obe on my ruling as a one tier. Obe to the work of court for the court to compel you to do what you did not want to do.
Should we get to that stage?
Then we have even gotten there.
Should we get to the stage where we have to? I know, there. But should we get there?
We should not, actually.
Okay.
We should not. It's the same, no. It says NLC, and so our boss, and I say, also, it's also to the government court.
Exactly.
Say agreement na na. Say, I'm a CITAG for no. Time and also, entity. But government has not been taken to court yet. Again, as Mama was rightly saying, if you are on strike, you cannot negotiate because you need to call off the strike. But they're also saying that so what is the possibility? Guarantee says me jai nasa man press on nasa me kwa and then mesabaka na mesaka. You see, when it happens like that, none of the people involved, especially the Labour Commission government, it's the children in the classroom who are suffering. Yeah. Sure. So say final year students of the College of Education, they are preparing for their final arrangement. Nobody is helping them. This is the period that
teacher licensure is not.
And also the whole. So say I think almost all the 4-year groups, the first year, second year, third year, they are all on campus now. So if we have this number of people, about I think 3-year batch, where they are in the process of admitting the new students and all that. I think very soon interviews will start. In Sana, the teachers are willing to go to a classroom. But say say now classroom. Government will not mind them again. These are the kinds of things we have in the problem.
What are they as? Okay, can you go ahead?
And you know, Sesiana a year CITAG for say they should call off the strike. Now they are still saying no. And is there any some people might say is it like the NLC is in bed with the government, that is why they don't want to
compel government to do what they're doing. You see, NLC is an arm of government. That one, not to worry about. It's an agency of government. The people there are appointed, the chief executives are appointed by government. Of course, there are other people who are from other institutions that come on the board, but the chairmanship and the chief executive is done by the board. Now, the NLC is supposed to play its role very fairly. Yeah. But when it comes to dealing with government, you know the bureaucracies involved. Sometimes getting government officials to come sit on the table to negotiate and cry, a problem. So, mandate. You know, we have something we call mandate in negotiation. WTV, say one member kasa. Wamama to me, some no one kasa say. Say, I didn't have a 10 Ghana cedis. So, Uba, that's a maybe 200 Ghana cedis instead of 10 cedis now. Wasn't TV, I'm out to me. Said you to mana.
Okay.
That is very, very important. In say, negotiation, you person who say, a buying crop for na ebano, a buying a mamutu me say, Nia Yabakano, a besiwana. If government has not given them the mandate to come and negotiate, and a meeting keke. A meeting keke. Inti mandating for unionists in the Yanu mandating Wunya pa, Nippon no Bacasano. WTV, Amano Quine say, on one casa, say, Basse, oh, I didn't know 10 cities. Nasa maybe bought 20 Ghana, Ubajat mana. So would you to my team, you are doing that on behalf of the Wesleyan TV as a body. And so one need to miss on negotiate here. So one mouth to me now, Mamba. And so one person better catch say, okay, so so can say 20 Ghana, can say neighbor to me try 12 Ghana.
Okay.
And to woman that I would have no say, then could do 15, 13 Ghana krana, you can't talk again. Because
is it not long overdue? Because this issue has been pending since 2020. Sister. We have worked. It is not like you have not acknowledged the fact that they have done it. They have worked. And they are saying that add a month's salary to their salary. That's all. 1 month's salary for those
it's a big challenge. I mean, sometimes I do where almost strike. I think somewhere along and I think at a point their salary was even frozen. Salaries were frozen because they had gone beyond the mandatory number of days. So now NLC can go to court, and the court has the right to compel them to call up the strike action. Question is, if they are going to the classroom, are they going with good faith?
Exactly.
Are they going to give up their best? Are they going to do what they are expected to do, or just because court are canty? The children in the classroom, the teacher for now, yet we have a lot of things here as a teacher for Boam. Now they can't do anything. Principals are feeding students who are not learning.
What should the students do in this case? Because I have paid for a hostel fee for a particular period. And then now school has not been in session for the past 2 or 3 weeks. The money is, as time goes by, the money is also going by.
Time is taken.
The time is taken. Then again, there's a issue of going through the academic calendar. It means that it will be shortened. Sure. In this case, what should students, should they go back home? Should they stay in their hostels?
For the universities and the College of Education, there is a limit.
Okay.
As a strike, a drag here, and Sana, principal's conference, a print off, to me, I'm a kind say, and the inclusive schools and down. Okay. And to say, Salim, I think maybe a month or thereabout, and say, and do what they are.
So we are into the 3rd week.
Yes. And for now, no, the principal's conference has not spoken. Prinkoff has not spoken. They are only appealing. They can only appeal to both sides.
The Prinkoff people are also saying that they are not happy with what CTAG is doing because they expected them to go back to the classroom.
Prinkoff, they are the principals.
Yes.
So the teachers there have a case. If the Prinkoff agree that they don't have the case, then that is fine. But if Prinkoff know that they have a case, that one they have to work on it. Now on the side of the students, what they can do is
so the president of the principals of colleges of education, Professor
Dr. Awindeke.
No, Professor
Atintono, yes.
Yes, was sad about the ongoing strike by CTAG. So he is also not happy about it.
Yeah, he's not sad that. He's sad because classes are not going on, things are not going on. But he's not sad because CTAG is insisting on the wrong thing. Okay, I know Prof very well. He is somebody who believes that the right things must be done. Yeah. So if CTAG is not doing the right, he could have just said that, oh, CTAG, I mean, this one is unmeritorious. Call off strike and let's do this.
Yeah. So he went on to say that we were surprised because they are coming here for the NLC awards and the same NLC has instructed they have to respect it. He noted. So he is also telling CTAG to respect NLC's decision or its authority and then just go back to the classroom.
It's fine.
And then teach.
I mean, at this level, we can all appeal.
Papa, we can all appeal to CTAG. How much are we talking about when it comes to your monthly salaries, teachers especially? How much are we? What's the minimum wage and then the maximum?
It depends because we take it from the degree holder, and the degree holder take home may not be more than 3,000.
Not more than 3,000.
It may not be more than 3,000.
So probably 2005, 2008.
Well, maybe 3,000 it can hit. Okay. It can hit 3,000. That after deductions and all that. Oh, the maximum we have the Director General.
Okay.
He's as far as the GES hierarchy is concerned, and that is I think above rank 23 or 23 thereabout, and the figures could be a little. Oh, the figures could be a little better. But that is for how many people? So no, you can have the Director General maybe going around maybe 12,000 thereabout. But of course, that is just the salary. I'm talking about the salary.
Okay.
There could be some other benefit. And you see, one problem that we have as teachers is that we don't have any allowance.
Okay.
You see, teachers, we don't normally have allowances. Like people who have the clothing, people who have the rest, people who have this, people who have this. Teachers, we don't have allowance.
So if they're asking for this, is it okay for them to ask for it?
No, it's not the best, but it will go to a certain level.
Okay.
Recent one, the preschool teachers, pre-university teachers, for example, we try. Just a little increment to be normal buy. No, at this time, we can appeal to CETAC. I mean, we can only appeal to them that the children need their assistance. They should go to a classroom and assist the student to prepare for the examination and teach all that. So we are only appealing to CETAC. They have a case that they need to press. And so, CETAC, NLC court in there, and the court will compel them to go. Of course, NLCs they have the powers of the court, so they cannot actually insist.
What if the court compels them to go and they still don't want to go? And they
still don't go back? Because the court order, it means you can be cited for contempt of court, which means that we book court no enimtia. I want to see the main person you know ever court that level. Until many penny for CETAC for best realm. Even though they have a cost to we want to appeal to CETAC to look at the situation. Whilst NLC also impress on government to do what they are supposed to do.
Interesting. Now, you go so you can't say but let's move to other places. Go for court strike. Okay.
If we are going straight to 𝗟𝗏𝗘 here in the Greater Accra region, more than 1,000 bags of rice, locally produced rice here in Ghana, have been abandoned in farms and warehouses in 𝗟𝗏𝗘. And if we all know, 𝗟𝗏𝗘 is a prominent rice production hub in the 𝗟𝗏𝗏𝗘 district. And I don't know what, Brother Taylor, you think about this 1,000 bags of locally produced rice being abandoned in warehouses.
Yeah, I remember that's as a country, and you're my Ghana Hano. Ye may drink and coso and using say use. I said, made imported materials. Yeah, taste. We have developed a very wonderful taste for imported things as against locally manufactured things. In fact, if you look at the budget and you look at the import of even tomatoes and other things and rice here, you can say, I know sugar. But these are things that Ghana has the ability to produce. So say your rice farmers all over the country and we're producing rice. We have to look at it in so many ways. Is it that at the end of producing, is it not up to standard? They
are saying
the marketing
due to bad roads. Yes.
Good. So
marketing that rice is one of the tastiest on the market.
Marketing to say and to penetrate. The next thing we are talking about roads. And then last night I about government putting in the needed conducive environment for businesses to grow. And to say is it too much for government to consider at least making the road usable so that they can transport these materials to Accra, to Kumasi, to Cape Coast and others for people to buy? These are the enabling environments so that local industries can grow. Because one more year Juma was to carry a dear and one idea. Menjim this Ombaka Kofa and Kofa China. Nigeria. People in Ghana and around within that enclave, so we want to appeal to government say, now and you might be sano, you better be producing more so that our import bill will reduce.
But this time around it has reduced because if you look at previous years, it says that this time approximately 440,000 metric tons of rice production this year alone. And then as compared to the previous years, 2023, 2022, 2021, we had 650,000 metric tons, in 2022, 805,000 metric tons in 2021. And that's the decline is about 45 points.
So gradually we want to be self-sufficient. And when we get there, that is when the imports can stop. Nigeria started it. Currently, they are doing very well. They are making serious inroads as far as limitation to import of rice to Nigeria is concerned. Ghana, we can do it. Say then of course we are 1,000 akaho. Say Rosa, Ministry of Trade, Ministry of Roads, all the agencies involved. No rice and baby say to me to. Say and maybe business maybe the quality.
Complaining that the Dumso is also one of the factors. Yeah.
Minister, so am I say and share you Dumso. For now, so there, but I mean, obviously, people know say there is Dumso in the system. These are things that need an extra monetary factor. You see, every industry will grow based on enabling environment, the correct environment to grow. Taxes want something to say. Environment and what something to say, road network to say, the quality of production and what something to say, branding. Another very important thing. Say the mo EBF China ebesi ha, ya the Ghana money besi ha. Wo shekeke just looking at it. What will attract you to go for either of them? That will tell you say maybe sometimes just the packaging will let you buy something you didn't want to buy.
Exactly. Very
packaging
true. Yes.
Sa industries no. Now, if there are any waivers we need to give them to produce more, let's help them. Farm input, I said, agriculture input, the milling machines and all that. Farmers, maybe whether at a subsidized rate or on loan basis or whatever form it's going to take. Then they should be able to produce more of the rice so we can eat locally manufactured rice to grow our own local economy.
What would you say to the ECG as well?
ECG, you know, some of them they are regulating the lights nearby. That is what they're able to sell. And to say into produce light now, let's say I mean Gridco at the letter Biaba. I think yesterday or so said there's a power somewhere, there's a tripping of their machines and what's affecting a lot of areas. If that one is there, what can ECG do?
Okay.
You understand?
Yeah.
That one, it's a technical problem. They can't do anything about it. So we are asking that we should have a robust system. Electricity so peme into so. But a situation where light in the corner, it doesn't have planning, it doesn't have the production, it doesn't have the industry.
Okay, but others are also saying that the locally produced rice are expensive than the imported ones.
As Professor Maso Matibi. You see, Mammy, I did higher and said. Because and your ma yediye sa cement, rice and those and so on. Everyone was surrenty. Nibana oye, you know, not the production cost on akosro. Light, everyone was through. So kofa bibi $1 Edimerica Adriane. Say okotua light boa, as I said, akosro. Say okoto petrol. Petrol now the fire workers and I say whatever for the machines akosite no. Petrol boa akosro. Car parts boa akosro. And see obey you. Ordinary na ekekanwa ade no automatically bo bekosoro. It is true say ebinim so wa as Papa Katie Hammond will say ebinim they want exorbitant and other very wonderful interest and all that profit and all that, but ebinim so are genuinely the cost of production is genuinely high, and if the cost of production is high, automatically the producer will add all this one to the production cost. He will add his own expected profit to the production cost. Into the banana bonai, your best say BB or Ministry of Trade and Industry, Ministry of Food and Agriculture, the Ministry of Roads, not only the rice, all other things, sugar, tomatoes, whatever.
We have a sugar factory situated somewhere. As far back as 1994, rice production started in Ghana. Yet it's been more than 20 years. We cannot even account for a lot of our people even eating our locally manufactured rice or locally produced rice. What would you attribute this whole crisis to?
The citizens. I say Chinese rice, perfume rice, the
yesterday I was sitting here and I said something. I said I went to the market. Someone introduced me to a local rice, and I said that okay, so let me try it out. Nobody gave me 3 cups. Okay. I used part of it for rice porridge. I used the rest for jollof. And even though it wasn't like the long grain rice, it tasted nice.
It's fine. One of my personal water region.
It tasted nice. So I was like, the sack wasn't nice. I didn't see the sack.
Yes.
So what happened was
branding.
that I got to the market. I said, okay, so let me buy this one because from what the person told me, kilograms na woman and I say cup dodo na woman. A dose saying
the imported
one. The imported one. Okay. And the emphasis says the imported one out of 5 kg. The same 5 kg no e wo Ghana dey anymore.
Oh, okay.
A bet say emphasis say 5.2 kg and 5.3 kg. Okay. But who no much on 5 kg, but a brew 5 kg.
No, and say okay.
Look at the price.
We share a price and we show we na. Na we show sack na kotoko na dey no woman na. Sometimes we gum keke. I mean, one of the places where let me show my voter original person. And Monuku Kotokunu Mukake. I saw Trobia, Nihu, stickers, be on nothing. And so be better, or insist on quality assurance or better say, we are free for
because with the foreign ones, you find FDA approved on it
now.
So if we can also get the same thing,
we will appeal to our local farmers. Mama Mabe Mumbu. Yebedi pa fine. So in fact, seriously, be very good. Let us continue to patronize.
But ebi wo unnim na washing the baby starting now be free one rice and then the 1. Into ya na
into
the quality is also one of the things.
Very important.
But yesterday we're here talking about the constitution and what can be amended and all that. Now there's a Chieftaincy Act. The Chieftaincy Minister is saying that say bibi wo ho betimi asesa and some of the beka ho a most of the chiefs in our communities would have a little bit of power
authority
in some bi wo ho no ma and say back court in some bi wo no and say back all the way to Accra for us to adjudicate on it say be omunya power kakra. Is it good news for the chiefs?
Yeah, I think
it serve as well.
It's a very good thing to start. In some bi wo ho a back court seriously ka wo sha some company for cry betumi act na fi aka ho asem. So now we are even going more of court-connected ADRs. Sometimes I say we court a judge to make sure masem we senka mo de ko ADR na some kan wo fi anka be ye nti wo de ma mo type some pa ya ma mo type na mo kan
so the settlement out of court.
So settlement after court is so there. Nti say ahemfo na ye wo no. In fact kane no na ka say na asoma say mafra wa if you do so you go with some kind of speed. But and then I say ahemfo no Ghana ha wo hwa ahemfo no be say kakra bi na that kind of authority no wo munda so kita bebre I say sheda mfasa obuo no in court ma wo mo se ne ananka ahemfo no ewo no and e be ne sa no nso a ma chieftaincy institution no ahode ekofom kakra na ne ina so ne aban no tumi a nanka ewo ahemfo no ho na aban no agye fi omunsem through our legislations. Say chieftaincy act no be yɛho adwuma yɛn hwɛ sɛ ahemfo no tumi bɛde de bɛma wo mo ɛyɛ no krasam so sɛ some of the ahemfo so they are abusing their authority wo kokwa sɛ ne mbesi ayew wo meta so power ne nneɛma no ɛyɛ na exercise sɛ wo kokwa de ande wo ne onyame nko a but it should not be so. The chief, when the thing comes to the chief palace now, they should give people fair hearing. Now we share some of their judgment on fa in 65 on fa a schnapps 23
look at the issue of land litigation.
Sano na okofana wa ina diaba. Nti ya no so almost minimize so why you born won twa ba ko and snap to be fine. Now litigation, land litigation. We are having so much of this because the chiefs sometimes have sold the land 3 times, 4 times, multiple times. Recently I was happy about Otumfo say obi akoto na himfo no subchiefs ba kwa ton asase am obi. Now was to another person because the first person doesn't seem to have money. And Otumfo was right. I mean publicly, catch and say, and you say bia onipana was second to me better na imagine obi ohia ne asase am obi. And through that, the ohina ohono, he was reprimanded and I think finally he was even destood.
Good one.
And to say na to me yes na ahemfo nkan to me yes na ebema ahemfo na careful. Say what ton asase na dealing with the people rightly. Say ni pana beto ade na wato conditions man won na kai no ayen na ka say oye re-entry to say the assassin amount one say 5 years 10 years as we develop it when you ho hwe
okay
they want to re-enter they want to retake possession of the land me na no say ye mbra no to be regulating ye such that obi okota assassin no na kom beto no ohene na oton assassin no ho beto no ye wa assassin bi ho a family land ebi ho a stool land ebi so ho aban no and sa to so we call it the vested land. Ni na no ekwan wo hwa ye fa so ye gisa asase bitisa enti se wo koto asase so ye nso aye to asase no nso e say ye careful
yeah
e say ye careful sometimes you can say obi ni block egu asase no so
no what cause
bisa wo se meto Why there? What are the conditions my blocks go? Nipa dem pay be one na, but you koto asase na gidi na ya koto. Now the people, the trick is that if you to asase na gidi within about 2-3 weeks one obeko mo se da na wi. Asase na fi won sa.
Yes. Now the minister also said say omo bema omo eye chieftaincy development fund na afi so omo besan so ama omo eye living allowance. Others are saying say it is not necessary to give them these living allowances. What do you make of this?
Yeah, in fact, politicians na so omo to mo bukakra. You see, Ghana ha you do baby free na say to bukakra. I am for more Ghana na your mom allowance to what extent?
But almost so why do we have to give them allowance?
So there are royalties that we need to pay to the and I said but say no, how many chiefs do we have in Ghana? What is going to be the allowance regime? I think former president Mahama can be bisa, Dr. Baumiosa can be bisa, me train. Panama say, how are they going to operationalize this kind of allowances? Yeah, more almost say, on what basis? As monthly, quarterly, yearly? How is it going to be?
Even they added that when they're living, they say that these are living allowances, which means they'll be adjusted when the exchange rate or the living condition changes. So Nananum can be comfortable when they are administering the country for all of us.
You see?
Because then we are also any salary. So they should look at the exchange rate for us so that they pay us accordingly.
We don't have to start some things.
We can't finish.
We can't sustain it. We can't sustain it. Before you bring a policy, you look at the sustainability of the policy. I mean, it's good. You're buying for now. It's fine. But question is it sustainable? You're more music say. Now you're a for no. Those who are gazetted. And as will be offering who are you going to trace the lineage and ask the hierarchy of a particular chieftaincy? What is it line? When we say, oh, what about
a family line?
Yes, we know your and I say, where there are disputes and then you see, they should look at it very well before they do some of these amendments. I am for your allowance a year, but Ghana, say baby, I am baby, I say I am debt. Restructuring. I challenge ya. I mean, for now, but they say they have finished the debt change. They are now going to go with the development. We are Are we in the state? Our economy, is it possible to sustain allowance for chiefs? Which of them? Gazetted ones or acknowledged ones or recognized ones? How are we going to identify one more S allowance? Yeah, but more be flat. And I say, we are paramount chief, Obaji say, we are sub chief, Obaji say,
we are flat rate of 10 cities, we are director.
So National House of Chiefs should come in, and if they really want to implement this one, National House of Chiefs should be able to sit with the Ministry of Chieftaincy Affairs. What at all are you bringing? What the nature of the thing you are bringing? How are they going to benefit? How are we going to sustain?
Should you start from the regional level so that maybe they collate the number of persons they have in those areas?
They have a register. They have a register of chiefs, national level. But the question is, increasing him for. Umina, your molestana. We call region be a we call region they have their regional house or they have their role. They recognize chiefs in now, you make me tell me na kadie. You may scan what he found. And say, me, I believe they should be given the power to help us to mediate some issues, take some decisions, regulate the system. Yeah, man, you for to me be an anafrawa, now a frail, walk can was them, near the year to year. But allowance in there. Well, that should be scrapped off. No, they should give us a plan. Let us see how it's going to be. Maybe it is the plan for implementation that will let us know. Say, is it from the consolidated fund? Where is it coming from? Chieftaincy fund, very good to develop various areas. How are we going to fund the chieftaincy fund? The source of money, income, they should tell us.
All right.
It's important.
Thank you so much. But our phone lines are open, so we've been discussing a number of issues here. One has to do with the CTAG strike, saying that NLC is saying to them that they should go back to the classroom before they'll be able to have a meeting with them. Then again, the NLC is in court to seek an injunction to, compel these teachers to go back to the classroom. The Striari farmers are also lamenting over abandoned rice in their warehouses, saying that over 1,000 sacks of rice are sitting in their warehouses because the roads are bad. They are not able to have markets or people buying their produce. Then the Chieftaincy Act to be amended. It says that there will be some allowances given to our chiefs and our traditional leaders. We'll move to the 75% of Ghana's workforce in the informal sector, yet they are under employment. And so these are some of the issues we've been discussing here. 025-625-3461 or 053-835-0625. Please call and lower the volume of your television set before we can have our conversations here. Papa?
Unemployment, underemployment, they are very serious matters. Okay. Obi wa ya ka underemployment now. Obi wa we sua de anyway nyimdi bia akosoro pa, but enam say adwuma ne honti or ye adwuma bia wo fom. Okay. For instance, ebia yimpa ne degree holder or even master's degree, but onye adwuma nti so ebia okopa cleaner bi e wo particular office. That is serious underemployment. Now unemployment they say ono no adwuma no nyi bia kra. Recently Ghana's Adzika service saying that about 7.3 million people are multi-dimensionally poor. Yeah. And when we talk about
report is coming from them.
Exactly.
Including the UNDP.
So when we talk about multi-dimensional poverty, it means the access to education, access to health, access to basic infrastructure, all these things are lacking on the side of the person.
Because you don't even have the money to access
you cannot have them. You cannot have the money to access all those things. So the multi-dimensional poverty that is increasing in Ghana, that's why we need to be very serious about it. Say to me, Ghana's Adzika service, Omosha said, what can government do? What can stakeholders do? Yes, so you are then able to me. I am a poverty no, so I from kakra. Say no, say Obia wako school, onye jumanye, on to me enye sikanko hospital, and see on to me and find a ba enko school. Say basana, it means that kind of poverty line will continue. I saw say LEAP, the livelihood empowerment for against poverty.
64 cedis for 2 months.
I know they have increased the letter and they could 64 now.
64 cedis for 2 months.
64
so every 60 days you get 64 cedis.
Every 60 days you get 64 cedis. And see what 64 Ghana cedis now. Say yeah, Obi beche 64 Ghana cedis ha. Yeah, the better. Because bottled water and my did 3 cedis and then
3 cedi 50 pesos.
You see? Yeah. A pack of lancha.
Oh, they make water. Oh, they uncle kinky. A ball of kinky.
A ball of kinky. You see? You understand? So,
all right.
So we have a problem.
Hello, Abdullah. Good morning. Hello, Abdullah. Okay, so please call
so we need to do a lot to bring down poverty in Ghana.
Okay.
And we can do that by putting in place measures to create environment. The government started very well with the NAPCO, but as we speak, NAPCO, and so Minister told you, now we are bringing other policies on board. But how sustainable are these policies?
Okay.
Ghana, you want to hear pan, you saw and you for now, everyone told one to tell a mouth of Robertson, you can come home. Yamini, you show car, a bit higher pa. Meanwhile, Yeska and Fabian, your name, your mouth rain. Most of I am for almost Canada. What do you show Muka? Madonna, you're then. Huh? And you almost found Macra, and the show did Bacra.
Okay,
Mama, you're
say Gomoa Achiasia. Hello, Francis. Good morning.
Good morning. Christ.
Yeah, this is.
It's Uncle Taylor.
Thank you, sir.
Miss Naomi said, young fan say, oh, for Cassia Power. And a phone over. And no Bible or dear man can in the account.
Okay.
Now, but won't to me, Uncle Fa, if you are near well for living the fear, you'll be compelled to buy the food a will crew.
Yes.
Sabina Bipi say, I ain't in your name, villages because of say the India transportation cost only regular capital or the best can be a number. It's Subian Paka or one quarter and people who are not assay. It's me visits are buying bill. Now your boy was only in packaging now okay. Masito local rice every about a month ago. Yet these are still I do and even now no crowd cost and no crowd cost effectiveness it's okay. Now quantity in so short. When one see what almost it's what 9:30 about if you say look I give you but yeah can't be won't see what what yeah man which I say she is one so not in China saying it's your best say about embryo now Omwa equiafo now intimi and providing more na yento yem fancy available.
Okay. Yeah, that's it, Francis. Amen. Now, Mr. Taylor, I just want to link something to what Francis just said. Say, buying embryo. Is there a way? Okay. Do you think, say, Ghana Education Service can go to these locally rice produced before that? Yanko Samurai Boy Embra. Hello, Godfred Ufrefri Samurai Boy. Good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, Adishi.
I am following the moment. Because I am Kokoya and Elanja. A war one can usually tell when you are reaching the Abdul Jaya, something the kind of car which may be good. I'm not bringing the mother and see for Asian here. You are buying with cheap people, Vincent, you could credit around a year. That's what was you did a map for school at the here.
Okay.
Now you change to go more. It is a payment a bit more.
Yes.
Okay. Mr. Taylor.
Mami, question here anti mami de buy who here pa GS your free SHS ho am kwala de feed wo ntinka yentu me say baby a aduane mo produce no look schools na won enta aduane no ewo local area no emfa man kwala na ni na akọ national buffer stock na o monopolize bibia.
But you see the schools that have agric as a course on its own, they were able to do a lot.
Some.
For example, my school, for instance, where we find ourselves in is in the Adan district. And so the tomatoes, you realize that those cherry tomatoes are the ones that you can get from. They are not so big, but they are so juicy. And we're having farms.
Good.
We're having maize farm. We're having the and now uye adi enye wo school ni mo kodoho. Kodoho bra. So it was helping us. So it was producing a lot of food items for us.
But how many of these schools can
have the land?
That is the issue. But for example, our school like this, we have a vast land.
Correct.
So doing it was easier for us.
Yanko was Lagos.
Yeah.
Umasa away.
Yes.
Adisada. Umasa away. Even a school Accra Academy. Umasa away. Na ngara no so. We are talking about 1,000 people, some 1,200 people. Can the free SHS? You see. Inti environment no se bayire and there would be a hopper. Why can't we do that thing? Now, National Buffer Stock, as you do, no fee, or more National Secretariat, and then they go across the whole country. Look at the transportation involved. So, can't we let the students and the teachers and the headmasters know and take the money from their locality? So that when they say more no mudia or what, and more bit more one time you be a from another place and all that. But do we need to gather all this food at one point and before they should also take another car to go and distribute it? Into who Cape Coast now open Garia. Uko UCC gate one for our wonderful Garia. Can't we have an arrangement to the local people so that people like 𝗦ci girls and the Adzika and that are can buy if they can buy Gary from there? Do we need to import Gary from somewhere? That
brings us to this. You know, we are talking about unemployment. We are talking about underemployment and all the issues surrounding it. The GES has come out with a lot of curriculum. Today they are changing the curriculum. Today they are changing that. Can't we have entrepreneurial and other skill development? Just like we are talking about, there are other schools in other regions that have a lot of lands, vast lands. Even if the school doesn't have the land, the community has it. The chiefs are in the same land with them, and so they can give them some portion of land for them to farm. That brings us to the issue of entrepreneurial skills.
Yes.
Agric is there. There are other sectors. Can't we do that to help this unemployment rate? So that when you come out of school, you know that there's something for you to do.
It can. Mame, ade back on Ghana for bringing a policy, but the implementation of the policy we are not good at that. JSS, menka HSO, JSS, ankasa bra eba. The original intention was that technical skills, technical drawing. Eba say that JHS krana, wo akwala na wo technical no. You have some basic skills to do some basic technical things like akonya the table ni ndoma nka wo betumi aye nti se wo bie wo shop kra small thing wo betumi aye nkofo ba beto akonya akosi the kitchen ni ndoma wo betumi aye sa say me I want to JSS manko JSS me te e dey pan betumi abobo makon secondary school akaye aye physics chemistry biology etware ye pa wo kasa be connect wires wo fia abaya kasa
just a book knowledge now. You see book now.
Now, you can entrepreneurship asemi. You call Instagrammer. There are a lot of before that no. You keep post them bra. Hello. Good morning. Hello. Good morning.
Good morning.
Me pacho offer free Cape Coast. Pacho yetio. Okay, quick, Cape Coast.
But if it's there, then I need to improve. What he had me down, you want to be in a bamboo share and Yama if you are another set or other business. Because you was an opinion of the canon, Galley, I'm a bucket, was a galley, I was a pet marketer. In one land war. About land or how will we to me? I was school. Anyway, school guys and young school player that or what? Into every year, there are member Canadiana, school member Canadiana. In Yalankasa, if two school local in the down with school low, I'll come back and be at the school in easy. And no way, the guy can have no president. I will president. You go to Africa, you are American. You look at right now, we in the night, they are properly prepared. Can you imagine that? Can you imagine? Abropu, or two to trouble about what I am, what I bring in there, you Africa. Africa, you couldn't move him. My you can't be a Ghana. How many can be it? Now, what can you make a career? Tell me, I'll queen yala. One thing, one of our Ghana money, and man, you pay for wood queen. You pay for the wood queen. Began a white cab block, don't protect the band. I was our block from Pamela. Maybe, since you're not a cat on your belly 30 years, 29 years. Here, Vicky, why you know when you talk. But, you look at it, man. Yeah, this was all the 10 Ghana here in our party. Robert, or the 10 and party. Mother, my cat and you know what may you feel a car fine, and then you will prepare body, and then what happened, and then what one time, which is the banner, who will do it, and then I say, maybe I wear a rubber, listen, I can be I had the set to them with their rubber set over at the super party, and that the super tomorrow. Or petty is the banner or petty in here, Yalaba. After this, in Ghana, you play your queen. Just make it be a Ghana hole. Then you may be very funky. I tell you, I'll listen, one more by my way, I'm not coming to get up with him. Kenya, if it's Ghana, with Kenya, if it's Ghana. Because when you do, one thing you need beer, I want to hope we are selfish.
Yeah, so yeah, that's it. Now, Asemia talking about the plastics.
Yeah, the bounces why we use no baby, and you let me keep quiet.
Anyway, or can be about the plastic and the heat from the food, and so I want to give thumbs up to KFK Foods.
Okay.
Most of
they use
most of the things they use for their
and their packaging is very nice.
Paper.
Yes. And I like the fact that it is even paper. Yeah. It brings us to the fact that we need to reduce our plastic waste. It's a worry in the system.
Yeah.
And see, as we were talking about entrepreneurship, we did say, I say to me, Emma Sargent, school curriculum, a woman, but
Current one is STEM. STEM is
STEM, yes, STEM, science, technology, and education. So the entrepreneurship in Beshima,
okay, Papa Yenko Kumase Atunsu Embra. Hello, Owusu Ufefri Kumase Atunsu.
Kumase Atunsu. When you phone tension, I sorry for you. Make sure Ghana phone me now.
Yeah, Joso.
Now, no create no program, more you know. Study more education on mine.
Yeah, that's
now. Woman, you know, say that you buy. But trust me, say. I bind one to make or create me an enemy.
Yeah.
If you know strong, an enemy, no, open test you. I bind the book 1 million. Then you know, cockra, the number, the book 10 million. And I bind shade time, you know, with Tina. Ma, can you pay so that 1 year, man, no. Okay, the took a gun, I got to be school, so be any, yes, so much as school, in certain example, Maobia, the China, and one more. That's what chat. Open Cassia, you see a Christopher, and for them. If you could my young mind of be kind. Yes, I didn't die. Yeah, need to call my young mind. May I see a young Cassia Budia? I did the quack with them. What? I won't perform us.
All right.
Then I had no critical staff.
Yes.
No critical staff. And before. I am my dad. I want to say I want to put more mine. Name my who's a study young pay of 1 year into the mine. Please a contract how you're fine. And then that's all in here. Come on. May see me over Uncle would know I know. Robber or good time. But now the president paper back or actually. He will jump wrong when I pick on and mine. There's another backwards if I want to change about the 2 now cement. They bring it. I never bring it. Am I young man? It's a big doctor so be you cry man. Yanking them for not study. Then come that payment. You throw my nose. Okay. Yankee Christopher, Yankum for Yamishamu.
Quarcoo, Eric, good morning.
That is why you cry a class, a record. Because of the police, you get to what they drive when I tell the money, you know. Or no, or a class, I like to come out, or if you are pushing up for the level, blah, blah, you have forward, you know. First, you need a when India, you're not finished good or today. Yeah, you will solve me in my flip, my family. As a quack, 80 bombs at Ellen, Uncle took the Amayan formal. And we are here for our two piano with the other receipt there. May not collect receipt the actual piano so they collect fine out with that idea. Moonway, Sadia, they have a couple of down with our career and the 2 pieces. I left a part of the dynamic apple. Before, and why only 8 years no, and then. Woman, imagine whatever you to and a young Robert and the idea of 1 year for the apple. To the family way, then you have some into one among my.
That is your allegation, but I also believe in the fact that when you do what is right and you are driving your car, you are passing by a police person car, because when you say why
okay, enti yenko tapa embra onuna oya final caller, Mr. Wadze.
School of Koya, education. First, not and car. You occupy the phone for time. You go school. That's how we do. When you education, but you know where you're guided. So, and the guy won't provide you. Yananga Kampo, two say, you can get a 1 year or my son, in the country, which you back, even a meeting. This can't be moved now. I feel it, but and that's when you go now. I feel it's not also. It's people here, in Kachase, Nico, a Fuma, you didn't never be. Then will be a simple amount of young Kachaka. Oh, trap. And then the first one I want to make good you what of them because I saw good school. Then with China, or that is your good channel. I don't know how you bring it up. I'm going to never get anything. from Methodist, I saw 41. Almost every day, second color, and you almost quite a food, and then you almost get a food at your war. The short time, no one have a party, castle, and can never from the yet. And no point at the I didn't know that people were able to go the other way to get me back. And we did a African, I did too much, you know, and the other threat, yeah, I said from the crap. And they so from the crap, and they bow, what, and when we go down, I could see that. And say, oh, and I say, we not come from man, and I haven't got this stuff. And the doctor, not so much a camera.
That's it. That's it. Papa answer na ebe kono.
Yeah, wonderful submissions from the college. Patriotism. I say, on my no, ahofama ene to ho ache no say fuma na eko. Nti obi akoya de bia self-interest first against national interest. And not necessarily higher. I want to appeal to all of us. Say, on my no so here. Let us put our nations, our churches, our everything first. And I know so when the nation develops, we can also develop. And see, yada painful of Moshe na omutene kozo. Yada the BTV so as papa.
Yo papa yenso yada sepa. Nti papa ene ne kasa ene din Mr. Nicholas Taylor or your teacher or your trade unionist. After or your youth activist, your supporter Wesleyan Dew, a free tema Diocesan Youth Ministry.
Oh, it's fine. It's very, very
bulk
nice.
Purchases are ubetimi afre 0240 577 003. And that's 0244 887391 and that's 055 106 7111. Ufre Mrs. Pope Synergy of Mami Pope Synergy and I say brother Ebenezer Pope Synergy ubenye bi ato. O akrakwa na opebia umetimi ede abro. Until please, if you are having your party this weekend, if you are having a funeral this weekend, please buy Wesleyan Dew. The prices are so affordable. We'll take a quick turn. We'll return with Afomude and the Insurance Minute.
Don't come yo, don't call me. Ghana for Methodist Asafuma. WTV Enyamfianumo 5 years. Hooray! Na enam Emfianuma Fidida. WTV ADNT. Or yet don't call me promo. And say, Zawaya Methodist Asafuba. Now what business? And Ejuma Kubia Opeso Bomu Deura. WTV say, Ye Babika, Ejuma Kuno, and as we got on Yeno. Nia Bomu Deura na what you 2 weeks at the amount 500 Ghana cedis pay. And I'll bet ya. Way Ayakwanya WTV Efa so at the other. Say, what time the chi? I'm my room pempenswa and never dream. Yanuti, Methodist Asafuma, Muaku, Amopesa Mubomu Deuru, Muntu Tumrika, Namumra, Fred WTV, Nani Penfoning Como, Emfa don't call me promo 0593 110733 and now WhatsApp 0256 253461. WTV, reaching out to the world.
Looking for professional office space? We are here to help you out in every way. Available space to let within the building is a total of about 2,500 square meters. We have in place disability-friendly washrooms, male-female washrooms, and kitchenettes with 24/7 water supply. We are providing the best office space for your business, coupled with an on-site clinic and a spacious car park. Reach out to us before your competitors do. Wesley Towers is designed to make you feel safe, offering you the needed luxurious personal space. It comes with affordable pricing package. Please contact for details and inspection on 0503 109 978, 0500 166 304 or 0556 302 880 or 0243 614 423. Wesley Towers, offering you a safe, secured, luxurious office space.
Therefore, Adiachi bio. Your call ye na so, your call die, ye radia domunti. Ye na sorry. I'm a fra ko musuku. Ejumai force so call omunyuma so. Se wo son da yo, se wan son da yo. Ye catchere. Sorry, na shrink. Sorry na shrink jumedie ya no pabosu jumedie bia ye de bre yen. Se de be ya, ye betimi enyini e wo hunhu. Na yenyi wo hunamu ne mpo etimi yenyini e wo adwene mu se de be ya yenyina betimi akyekere man na ya kyekere asafo na afi kra yetimi akyekere busua ye behwe ensem a ekoso wo oman Ghana mu eni wiase afa na nyina ye befa ensem efi ko wankrata mu ene abefo internet so anape bia ye ensem a ema enidaso eni insatwaye ebebre ye de onyankopon asem bebre na ya hweso e de aboye bra afi kan ye hu anape bia na ye mfa enije nsem embre eninti afi kan ye hu Anita Quarcoo ene Reverend Adzika Vincent Agdomena ewo Wesleyan TV so afi obetimi ahwe won WTV Ghana ewo Facebook so na afi Wesleyan TV Ghana ewo YouTube so sorry na shrine wake up to a purposeful day Jumedie aboafo bi te se All Insurance multi-credit savings and loans ana Methodist University Ghana ana aso yasen
Thank God it's Friday. You're still watching Sorry National. Wake up to a purposeful day. It's time for the health segment. My name is 𝗟𝗜𝗍𝗘. Mema Ashafoina Akwaba Eba Apomudeng Yamrenso. Apomudeng is brought to you by 𝗟𝗚𝗘 Institute. 𝗟𝗚𝗘 Institute, a therapy center for all your addiction problems. Any negative form of addictions obetumi de akọ dan won na ohwehwe won echikwanya obehu won Kumasi Kochi and I pay on Apomudeng yen komo twetwe no ejina how RTI spread the spread of reproductive tract infections. Enti yen doctor Dr. Isaac Morrison why krado we see ho enti yen ko na yen kosuade
numo ho a omo sorry pe obi omo hunti sa na omo sinizi sa yes etumi ban sa but this situation obi a obenya common cold and obi sinizi for more than 2, 3, 4 weeks omo modis obi hu ni doctor ebiada there's a bigger problem than that. Most often sinuses here make an maybe an chronic sinusitis and our serious allergic reaction be or say yes na bon by at the manner but ordinarily no common coldness I didn't crunch but say there and then misrara nipa no more money say we hu ni that na yen hwe there be ya man. How do RTI spread? If it is say flu, they are necessarily a virus because it's in the air, it's in the environment, you know. Obi obeben obi no obetumi enyebi. If it's an allergic reaction, obetumi enyebi. Na generally no seasons or seasonal. Me fancy embribi wo ho ataba. Nti eba obedwin say wo na wo dey asan obi and yes sir, but we are all in that environment. Nti obi atumi nyebi. Nti da enye say eno wo na wa spread it. Na mum if an to say the flowers pollen abroaching as I didn't want because pollen no enam wiem nti etitonam from adene kwa efa ho a wo so betumi enyebi. So that these are the methods it will be spread amongst. So what I'm saying is that these flus or influenzas are normally seasonal. If they are seasonal, they are in the environment. Maybe they are caused by pollen, they are caused by dropping flowers that are dropping, you know, and they produce those kind of allergies. So it is not that you have transmitted it, but the environment is so saturated with this that anybody within that space
can easily get that. That is why how come in the seasonal period, quite a number of people have this kind of allergic reactions or the common cold. You want to know why sometimes if we are in our own kitchen, we are cooking, and we use pepper, then suddenly we start sneezing. Yes. The nostrils have what we call cilia. Everybody has a kind of hair within, and then we also secrete. These are all sensitive things. They pick up those signals, and then it's the body's reaction to them. And the man who sneeze, it's a bit too powerful for you. So, but it depends on each individual. Me say, me banami who say, oh, shrimps. I can start sneezing immediately. Obisu or no crop or no basis shrimps now, oh, into everybody and his or her allergen. It depends on the threshold, and Abema will react to those things.
Dr. Isaac Morrison and our own actually and come after a year how RTIs spread na still senior and or kind and there or sound so aboya in koko say know your allergies and know what triggers it and do well to stay away from it and Tiana pay aha and I day apomding and come out chin e be sinyame adoma ejwada jimre na share on apomding was brought to you by 𝗟𝗚𝗘 Institute. 𝗟𝗚𝗘 Institute, a therapy center for all your addiction problems. Into any negative form of addiction you have, you can take it to their doorstep. And Kuchi. Meeting the Rachel Messi and I'm sorry so miss now. It's up next with Insurance Minutes.
𝗟𝗚𝗘 Institute. Ayarasabia Hotonia Sundia Shahoma. Edia no wakwanchre ni adekodia poten no a epiama otokoso wa abrabomu nanso sensanom ni nubone fa basa betwa wa akwan mu a eyi wa adwene firi obotaye no so wo 𝗟𝗚𝗘 Institute no yebetumi aboa wo ni wabusuafo a muhia mo anyina ma wogye ayemodea ye yayaresabia asebi yebeboa wona a wato nsane nubone fa ntentan mu ayaresabia ibotaye ne se ebebu adwuma mu nimdifo asuafo ni nipa ahodo nyina ama watu anamwa edikan a edifa ahodie bebre won mpanimfo a ye ne won di dwuma no bi ne won a wo hwe adwene mu yare afutufo ni adokotafo ni anesefo a wode won ho afiri nsanom ne nubone fansem yatete saa nimdifo yi na wo nimdie ne nyoma pa ebo ayarefo no na de atwam nso ne se ayaresan hyehyeye ni gina abefo hyehyemu ni USA hyehyeye a wodidi dwuma no 𝗟𝗚𝗘 ayarehwe ne fie die nyina ayepe yayaresan hyehyeye no gu ahodo na ebi ne medical monitored detox program residential rehabilitation yesan tumi fa ye nananom akwa ahodo so sayare na ebi nso ne group therapy 12-step AAA programs recreational therapy ne nia ekeka ho Oyarefo ne da akyehye ase bra ode ne nan besi biaye ho no a 𝗟𝗚𝗘 Institute ya abefo ayaresabia ehwe wona a wadosuko won sane nubone efamu na ani wiase afa na hyehyeye nyina nso yepe adampa ahodo a ye wonu bi ne VIP rooms professional rooms standard rooms and air conditioned rooms laundry services ye free ahobambo nsem nso wo sro kama yesan obiaye a osua de na eba no aduane sem de a uni hawkra ye na chukwan wo kumasi kochi e wa santimantem Ghana sa wo penchwemu bia nso a mepa acho frayan wo 0245849185 ana 0322496188 USA Fonson frayan wo 404-735-7697 Abe Fontaine Tansu Behunu Yenwo www.𝗟𝗚𝗙.org 𝗟𝗚𝗘 Institute, the Extension Center for Integrative Therapy, home away from home.
Thank God it's Friday, and thank you so much for joining us on Insurance Minutes here on WTV. My name is 𝗟𝗏. Insurance Minutes is proudly brought to you by 𝗟𝘍𝗲𝗿𝗍 Insurance Company. If you're in Accra, you can find them in 𝗟𝗡 behind the Presbyterian Church. Today on Insurance Tidbit, we would like to recommend to you that if you're driving, it's weekend, and so you're attending a funeral, you're attending a wedding, you're attending any of the events that we may have or may not have listed, please do well to drive safely. Look out for pedestrians who are crossing the street, and then please do well to use or turn on your lights at the appropriate time. Do not overspeed, and when you're driving and you're tired, please park somewhere that is safe, relax a bit before you continue your journey, and do not drive when you have taken a little bit of alcohol, because it's not going to help you. And don't even take it at all if you're driving, because that is also one of the things that may cause mayhem one way or the other. And so these are some of the insurance tidbits we would like to bring to you. And please, if you sign on to at least a motor insurance policy, do well to check up on your policy statements and all that, and pay your premiums on time. We'll go take a look at a video and return shortly.
This is 𝗟𝗏𝗄. He's a good guy, but cannot stay away from unnecessary attention and flex. Yes! He received this brand new car from a relative abroad to work with, but decides to wait for a while before registering it. So now, with this uninsured vehicle and a DV plate, he flexes in every corner of the city. Hey. Don't be like 𝗟𝗏𝗄. Insure your unregistered vehicle with the chassis number with 𝗟𝘍𝗲𝗿𝗍 Motor Policy and stay covered. You can also take other policies such as personal accident insurance, fire and flood, money insurance, contractors all risk, and others. 𝗟𝘍𝗲 Insurance. If it must be done, it must be done well.
Thank you so much for watching Insurance Minutes, which was proudly brought to you by 𝗟𝘍𝗲𝗿𝗍 Insurance Company. In Accra, you can find them in 𝗟𝗡 behind the Presbyterian Church. Wherever you are, if you can locate one, please do well to walk into their office and speak to one of their agents and sign on to at least one insurance policy for yourself or for your family. My name is 𝗟𝗏. Up next is Agro. Do enjoy.